fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo Silver, the Lone Ranger. With his faithful Indian companion Tonto, the masked rider of the plains led the fight for law and order in the early western United States. The stories of his strength and courage, his daring and resourcefulness have come down to us through the generations. And nowhere in the pages of history can one find a greater champion of justice. Return with us now to those thrilling days of yesteryear. From out of the past and the thundering hoofbeats of the great horse Silver, the Lone Ranger meets Bat Masterson.
Come on, Silver! Hurry, big fellow! I'll Silver! Hoy!
A few minutes before daybreak on the morning of June 27th, 1874, the wilderness camp of adobe walls was slumbering peacefully. Within that crude stockade were 27 men, 1 woman, and a 14-year-old boy. Oddly enough, it was the young boy and his affection for his pony that saved the camp from complete annihilation. Turning restlessly in his sleep, William Barclay Masterson sensed, rather than heard, his pony's whinny of fear.
What the? It's Brownie. No reason for him to... Better see what's wrong. Put my boots on. I better keep quiet, too. Not wake anybody. Golly, it's dark. There, Brownie. Ain't no reason for you to carry on like this. The sun will be up in a few minutes. We'll have breakfast and... See? There's that old sun peeking over the ridge right now and... Jumping Jehoshaphat! Injuns! There must be 1,000,000 of them! I've got to tell. Hey! Injuns! And they're riding this way!
It was a fearsome and barbaric sight. Hundreds of red-skinned warriors, Cheyennes, Comanches, and Kiowas came thundering out of the rising sun. Most of them were armed with guns and lances. They carried shields of thick buffalo hides splashed with brilliant colors, red, yellow, and cold steel blue. Scalps dangled from bridles and belts. And as this cavalcade of death swept forward, the air was split by savage war cries of red men riding to the kill. But the camp had been warned. Keen-eyed frontier men, roused from their sleep, hurried to points of defense along the adobe walls. The first onrush of Indians met the deadly fire of rifles and blazing 6-guns. Many of them fell from their racing mounts as they stopped the white man's lead. But but the majority held back, retired to a safe distance, and prepared for a new attack. Inside the stockade, Billy Dixon and William Olds called a council of war.
I guess we're rid of the varmints, at least for a while.
They'll be back, Billy. You know it.
Yeah, sure I do. But while we've got a breather, call the boys up here.
Scheidler, Pratt,
Yep.
Smith, Parker.
Yeah?
Lease. Harry Lease. Where's Harry?
Over near the south wall, Billy. Bullet through the head.
Oh. Well, you can all see what we're up against. Them red devils will keep it coming till they wipe us out.
And there's no way to stop them. We're outnumbered 50-1.
Nothing but luck they didn't get us on the first rush. Say, who was it saw 'em coming, spread the alarm?
I don't know. The first thing I heard was engine yells.
Me too. I think it was a kid. He
That
came
was
right...
me, Mr. Dixon. I heard him, so I started to whoop loud as I could.
What's your name, kid? I've seen you around the camp, but I didn't get...
Masterson. William Barclay Masterson.
Yeah. It's a pretty long handle for a button like you. How did you happen to be up and see those varmints riding down on us?
Well, don't know exactly. Heard my horse whinny, so I got up and went out there. I was batting around the dark, then the sun came up and there they were. Engines.
Yeah. Lucky thing for the rest of us, you were batting around in the dark.
Billy,
I
look.
tell-
Here they come again.
We've got to get help. Nearest place I know is the Army camp at Dodge. Somebody will have
I'll
to
go.
ride for.
Let me go, Mr. Dixon. I've got a fast...
Back to your places on the wall, men. Make every shot count. Maybe you can make it, kid. Straddle your bronc and line out of the west gate before
Don't
those...
worry. It'll take more than Redskins to stop me. Steady, Brownie. We've got a real job to do. Get up, boy!
The siege of Adobe Walls lasted almost 18 hours. Many of the brave defenders died. It was only a few of the original 27 who heard the welcome sound of rescue.
Hear that, Billy? It's a soldier.
Yeah, the kid must have got through.
Yeah, look at them Redskins run.
Charlie's moving in, boys.
I guess our worries are over for a while. Thanks to that kid that woke us up and rode through to Dodge City. What'd he say his name was?
Masterson. I forget the first part. Don't you remember? He said he heard his horse whinny, and he was batting around in the dark. and
Batting
trying to-
around is right. Never thought I'd owe my life to... Say, whether he likes it or not, from now on, that youngster's name is Bat Masterson.
So it was that a young boy, still in his teens, earned a name that was soon to be known throughout the western frontier. A few years later, he was elected sheriff of Dodge City.
What's this I hear about a kid riding the law in this town?
Kid? You must mean Bat Masterson.
Ah, the citizens of Dodge must be loco to hang a law star on a young'un his age.
We didn't just hang the star on Bat, stranger. We hung it on his nerve and a pair of the fastest guns this side of California.
Boys became men at an early age in the frontier towns of the 70s. It was a kind of life that demanded men. Such was the sprawling, brawling town of Dodge City, Kansas. The fame of its youthful sheriff began to spread. It passed over card tables, cow camps, wagon trains, and even filtered through the Texas chaparral to a lonely campfire where a tall masked man waited for his Indian friend.
Ho, Scout, ho, fella, ho. Ho, fella, ho.
Tonto, I expected you back earlier than this. Have any trouble?
Oh, no trouble. Scout's shoe come loose, and me stop at cow camp and fix it.
Is that so?
And me listen, come and talk plenty.
About what, Tonto?
They say new sheriff in Dodge City, young feller, plenty fast with guns.
Oh, they must have been talking about Bat Masterson.
That his name.
Bat's been making quite a reputation for himself. I've never met him, but I'd like to.
Well, we ride north to Dodge City. Maybe we see him.
That'll have to wait till some other time. We're heading the other way. For Fort Worth, first thing in the morning.
Give me another shot, bartender. Make it 4 fingers this time.
Coming right up, cowboy.
At least the liquor in this town's got some age to it. That's more than can be said for the law.
That kind of talk ain't healthy around here, stranger.
Yeah? Who says it ain't? That kid sheriff of yours?
Another thing. I see you're packing hardware. That's against the law in Dodge City.
Since when?
Since Bat became sheriff. Here he comes. He'll tell you about it.
Hello, stranger. My name's Masterson.
So I heard.
We have a rule here in Dodge. Nobody carries a gun. You check 'em at my office and pick 'em up on your way out of town.
You mean everybody hangs their shooting iron alongside the sheriff's little rattle and nursing bottle?
I'll take your gun, stranger. Now.
Get away, kid. You bother me.
Then maybe you'll understand this.
No. Where you little sinking coyote?
Look out, Bat. He's shooting from the hip.
So am I.
You nailed him, Bat. Right through the shoulder.
Hand me that gun.
Here.
That's one hunk of lead you're going to wish you hadn't slung.
I'm giving you 5 minutes, cowboy, to straddle your bronc and get out of town.
All right, Patch Tudor. You got the drop, so I ain't arguing this time.
Or any other time.
But remember this. I'm a Texan. It's me and cowhands like me that made this town. Maybe Clay Allison down in Fort Worth would like to hear about a kid sheriff who thinks he can hoorah Texan.
You tell him.
I will.
It was less than 2 weeks later in a trailside camp near Fort Worth that the Lone Ranger and Tonto saddled their mounts and prepared to ride north.
Steady, Silver. Easy, boy. You sure aren't you, Tonto, that Clay Allison and the cowboy left Fort Worth this afternoon?
And me hear 'em talk in cafe. Allison fella, plenty drunk. Him say we ride to Dodge City and eat sheriff for breakfast.
Ordinarily, threats like that aren't serious. Clay Allison's a killer. The record proves that.
Kimasabi. Me not savvy.
What do you mean, Tonto?
Why you worry about young lawman in Dodge City?
Because the law needs men like Bat. He can defend himself, providing he has enough warning to draw his guns. We're going to see that he gets it. Come on, Silver.
Get him up, Scout.
Oh, hello, Dixon. What are you all upset at?
Clay Allison's in town.
That's all? Where is he?
He and about 6 Texas cowhands just walked into the Bull's Head Saloon. They're all packing guns.
I'll go right down there.
It's too risky, Bat. They'll open up on you from all sides.
I'll be ready
have...
for him. Come on, let's go.
That's him, Tonto. Someone has brought him word that Allison's wedding in the Bull's Head.
And what we do, Kimasabi?
Move fast. Get to the saloon before he does. I'll come in the back door. You use the front. Remember, when I yell, shoot at the lights. Now, come on.
Here comes Clay. This is what Dodge City calls a lawman.
Yeah. You must be Clay Allison.
I'm a gent who doesn't like to hear kids tell Texans where to carry their guns.
Visitors don't wear guns here. I'll take both of yours, Clay.
That's what you think, you little coyote. I either fill your hand or grab some air.
Look out, Bat. There's 3 gunslicks behind you.
Let's keep 'em covered, boys. I'll do the shooting.
Look, hey, who is it?
No, we're in a mask.
No, you won't.
Why, you...
All right, Tonto.
The curtain falls on the first act of our Lone Ranger story. Before the next exciting scenes, please permit us to pause for just a few moments. now to continue our story. In the darkness and confusion caused by Tonto shooting out the lights in the Bull's Head Saloon, the Lone Ranger moved toward Bat Masterson.
Matt, over this way, quick.
That's you, Billy?
Here. Stay behind the bar till we get near the back door.
Wait a minute, sure.
Let's get out of here.
No, Who are you?
It's more important that we both leave here alive.
But I...
Don't talk. Move.
There goes Clay tucking out the back door.
I don't know who you are, but you can't... My mask, an owl hoot. One of Allison's gun hands. I'll show you.
Don't make two mistakes in the same night, Bat. This is a 45 against your ribs.
Go on, shoot, you dirty
For the frame-up,
sneaking...
Bat. You had drawn your guns, 6 of Clay Allison's men would have thrown down on you.
Including you. I'd have nailed Allison anyway, but some hombre shot out the lights.
That was Tonto. Here he is.
Kimasabi.
A redskin.
What's going on inside, Tonto?
One Texas fella shoot plenty wild and dark. 2 dead, 1 hurt bad.
Allison, where's he?
Him plenty mad. Come out front door, get horse, right way.
Good. That, I think, as far as Clay Allison is concerned, you won the first round. I'm sorry I had to draw a gun on you, but that's all over now.
I can't figure this. If you hombres are owl hoots, why did
I'm not an outlaw, neither is Tonto.
But why would you... I mean, I don't know you. Never saw you before. But you saved my life just now when that ruckus started in the Bull's Head.
Who I am or who you are doesn't make any difference, Bat. The important thing is keeping a good lawman in a town that needs law. Where are the horses, Tonto?
And them here. Here, Silver. Scout.
Clay Allison came up here to gun me. I knew that, and I was willing to meet him on his own
If it
terms.
had been just Clay and you alone, I wouldn't have interfered. Shooting out the lights was the only way to keep you from stopping a bullet in the back. Steady, Silver.
Yeah, but why should you... What did you call that horse?
His name's Silver.
I've heard about a gent who rides a horse called that. Folks say
I've
that...
heard about you, too, and I'm glad we've met. Good luck, Bat. I hope we meet again sometime.
Oh,
Come on,
wait,
Silver.
Get him up, Scout.
If I'd only known...
Bat, Bill Olson and I have been looking all over for you. The Texas gunny stopped a lot of their own lead, and Clay Allison hightailed it out of town.
Yeah, I know.
Mighty smart stunt of yours, knocking out the lights. It seems to me, Bat, you work better in the dark. Remember that morning at Adobe Walls? You were the only one batting around in the dark, and that saved us
Billy.
all.
There's a heap of difference between that time and this.
Oh, what do you mean?
All I did then was spot a lot of redskins. And tonight,
What?
I'm not right sure, but I think I met the Lone Ranger.
As the tide of the frontier pushed farther west, Bat Masterson resigned his job as sheriff of Dodge City and returned to his former home in Denver. In the meantime, Clay Allison greeted a friend in Fort Worth, Texas.
Clay,
Howdy, Slim.
it's been a long time. Haven't seen you since that night in Dodge when we...
Yeah. I don't get around much anymore. Don't see anybody.
I just came in from Denver. Say, there's a gent dealing faro in the Central Cafe up there I'll bet you'd like to see.
Who is it?
He's not a lawman anymore. Bat Masterson.
Masterson. Are you sure?
I ought to know Bat when I see him. Wasn't I with you up in Dodge the night?
That wasn't my fault. The sneaking sidewinder had a couple of owl hoots siding him that night.
Something happened. I remember 3 of the boys stayed there in Boot Hill.
Yeah. So Bat's in Denver, huh? He's not toting a badge anymore. I've got a score to settle with that hombre.
He's still packing his guns.
So am I. I'll have him with me when I get to Denver.
You mean you... Say, Clay, who's the Indian standing over there? Friend of yours?
No. I don't know any redskins. The only thing I'm interested in is a train to Denver.
Tonto lost no time in reporting what he'd heard to the Lone Ranger. They had spent several months in the Southwest, and Tonto made it a habit to keep a sharp lookout for Clay Allison whenever he was in Fort Worth.
Are you sure it was Clay Allison, Tonto?
Me not see him for a long time, but me know him.
I'm surprised that he'd go gunning for Bat again. I didn't think he had the nerve. There won't be a train leave here for 2 or 3 days. Here, Silver.
Come, Scout. We ride to Denver, Kemosabe.
I'd like to see Bat and Maybe we can help. Steady, big fella.
Come on, Silver. Get him up, Scout.
Bat Masterson's work at the Central Cafe began in the early evening. Sundown usually found him resting in his hotel room. The deep shadows surrounding the rear of the hotel provided plenty of concealment for Tonto and the Lone Ranger.
Find his room, Tonto. It's on this side of the building.
Me know.
I'll warn him about Allison. Remember, Bat's inclined to be hot-headed and might not listen to reason. If that happens, you know what to do. Signal me by raising the window shade.
Me go now.
Come on in. What the... An engine. And what do you want?
Well, me bring message.
Yeah? What is it?
Well, friend say tell you Clay Allison in town. And him come to kill.
Allison? So that sneaking tin horn's gunning for me, huh? Good, I'm glad to hear it.
Friend say better you remember, you not lawman now. You not carry gun, there be no trouble.
What are you trying to say? I don't know who you are, but if Clay's looking for gunplay, he's going to get it. Well, drill that tin horn so quick he won't know it.
No, that not good.
Well, good or bad, it's going to happen. Now, clear out of here, Redskin. I'm going to clean my gun.
Me sorry have to do this. Now me signal Lone Ranger.
The Lone Ranger had been watching carefully for Tonto's signal. When the window shade in Clay Allison's room was raised, he hurried quickly to the back stairs of the hotel and soon reached the room where Tonto was waiting.
You just leave him here on the bed, Tonto. He'll come to before long. Help me find one of his other suits and a hat. It's a good thing Bat and I are about the same size.
You change clothes, Kimasabi?
Yes, as quickly as I can. And I want you to help me with the disguise, Tonto. Do you think you can make me look enough like Bat to fool Allison?
No, me fix you.
You'll have to hurry. I want to be waiting in the Central Cafe when Clay walks in.
Evening, Bat.
Good evening.
What you drinking? Usual thing?
What is it I usually drink?
You know, bourbon and water.
And I'll change it. Make it half of that.
Straight bourbon, eh?
No, straight water.
What the... Water? Bat, what's wrong with you?
Not a thing. Will you serve my drink?
Well, yeah, sure. Say, there must be something wrong. Your voice sounds different tonight.
Oh, maybe that's because I'm drinking water. Has there been anyone in here asking for me?
I don't think so, Bat. Just the usual
Never mind. Here he comes now.
Hey, barkeep. I'm looking for a certain...
Hello, Clay.
What the... Well, if it ain't the little kid Badge toter, all grown up to be a faro dealer.
This seems to be a habit with you, Allison. Looking for me.
Yeah. This time it's going to be different, Masterson. You've got no Al Hoot pards to side you in here.
Maybe.
I'm going to count 3, Bat. You'd better fill your hand before I'm through. 1...
No, listen, gents, we can't...
Shut up.
Look, a gunfight. Who is it? Pat Masterson. I don't know the other one.
I do. That's Clay Allison.
Better hug the floor, boys. Let's go to try.
2...
You have the drop on me, Clay, so I'll have to wait till...
3... Oh, my arm.
You're not hurt, Clay. But I think your gunfighting days are over.
Hey, what's going on here?
Pat! Well, how can you be...
What do you mean?
Well, how can you be coming in when you're already here? But there must be 2 of you.
Oh, some redskin came in my room. Hit me. Who's that?
Well, that's what I mean. It's you.
Well, but Clay Ellison with a slug through his arm.
Yeah,
Who did this?
I did, Bat.
You look enough like me to be my brother. But you must have stolen my clothes. What's the idea, stranger?
I don't like killings. There would have been one here tonight. Maybe two if you and Allison had drawn at the same time. It was better this way.
Yeah. Well, I fight my own battles, mister. Now, give me that gun.
You've got it?
You'd better talk fast. Who are you?
I'd rather not tell you.
You will talk, or so help me, I'll squeeze this trigger.
Go on.
I can't do it. Never shot a man in my life without giving him a chance.
I knew that, Bat. That's why I let you take my gun.
You mean you took a chance like that because... Say, who are you?
May I have my gun? Thanks. Come on, Tonto.
Tonto? Well, that's the name of the redskin. Hey, stranger!
Yes?
Suppose you had made a mistake. Suppose, well, betting that I wouldn't shoot you. Suppose I'd squeezed that trigger.
I wasn't worried, Bat. You see, there was only one bullet in the gun. I used that on Clay Allison. Adios, Bat.
Well, I'll be...
Bat, you should have been here. I never saw such shooting in my life.
I still can't figure out why he had... Say, maybe that's it.
What? Who is he?
Maybe I'm wrong, Billy, but I'll lay 8-5. That was the Lone Ranger.
The story you have just heard is a copyrighted feature of the Lone Ranger Incorporated.